Hi guys, this is BreAKerSC2, and I'm back with a replay from the front page of Drop.sc. Again, continuing that daily that I've got going. And I gotta say that the whole reason why I chose this replay is because it is containing one of my favorite Zerg players of all time, Captain of Root, spawning in the upper left-hand corner as our blue Zerg. I give you all Root CatZ. Or root no cancer, whatever have you. But it could very well be a troll account, as there is no root tag in it. I'm not sure if they've officially established one or not. In the lower right hand corner, spawning as our Terran in the red trunks, I give you all CreamCake. I'm not entirely sure what clan he belongs to, but I must say that's a pretty slick avatar he's got kind of down here, this little like sticker, if you will, for those of you watching in lower quality on YouTube. This is HD capable, so I would say just go ahead and watch it as you please. Now, the one thing that I do want to highlight about this map is it is absolutely huge. It really is. Protosses, I feel, are slightly disadvantaged on this map simply due to the ability that Zergs can essentially out-macro them, and Terrans can, of course, outdrop just about everyone who plays on this map. It is, I don't want to say overpowered for Zerg, but it can be. Assuming that a Protoss player does not do enough, say, harass or early to mid-game pressure or something of that nature, but they also have to learn to balance this especially well. This map is relatively unforgiving in terms of mistakes, and I feel that Protoss can be one of the hardest races to learn to macro with. Of course, if you lose a good deal of drones as Protoss, or excuse me, if you lose a good deal of probes as Protoss, it can mean a lot of damage done to your economy, simply due to the fact that I believe Protoss, when compared to Zerg or Terran, can take the longest time to reproduce workers with. Now we do have CreamCake kind of moving out here, just getting a scout out. He wants to figure out where CatZ is and just what he's doing. It's also worthy of highlighting that this is not the first time I've casted a celebrity, or if you will, a possible wannabe celebrity. There was a Protoss by the name of Destiny, whose replay I did load up, and it turned out that he was essentially and obviously map hacking. There's no other way to say it. CreamCake, of course, here. Gonna finally find out where CatZ is spawning, so I'm gonna say this is basically a legit play, if you will. Drones here, getting transferred relatively well. SCV now in the main. And I was about to say, I'm sorry guys, I seem to have lost my attention with the glare on my monitor and all, but actually Metabolic Boost is in production right now. I was about to say, wait a minute, there's an extractor with no harvesters taking anything, but no. That would be superbly quaint of me, now wouldn't it be? Overlord here, correcting course, trying to escape the wrath of these two Marines. Will it get away? No, it will for the time being, it will for the moment, but unfortunately we do have another Marine on this watchtower, and I hope CatZ has excellent accounting skills that will allow for him to go ahead and make another Overlord. He knows that this one's on borrowed time, basically. Like, there's just no getting away, CatZ. Don't gamble. Make another Overlord. You've only got one in production. Yeah. Gonna work against CatZ just a little bit. But I am a little curious as to just how CreamCake was able to catch on to that Overlord. I wonder if either player is actually given out a good luck, have fun. It looks like both players have. Yes. MoH, I'm a little curious as to what clan tag that stands for, but at any rate, we kind of have, I want to say this is a mech transition that we have coming from CreamCake. I say mech because, of course, we have a factory with a reactor as well as a second factory coming into production. Starport as well, follow up, and, whoa. Okay, yeah, now I see what this barracks is doing. It's making a tech lab for this factory. So, I'm wondering, is the composition going to be tank Hellbat? Or are we going to see eventually Thors integrated with the composition? Now we do have the first couple of Hellbats moving out. Ling catching on to that. Excuse me, not Hellbats, but rather Hellions that are waiting to be morphed into Hellbats. And interestingly enough, we have CatZ going for +1 melee Carapace, or excuse me, +1 melee attacks instead of going straight into Carapace. I feel this is a little dangerous for the time being because of the fact that he does not entirely know just what it is that CreamCake is up to. We see nothing but Hellions being cranked out right now, and of course we do have Infernal Pre-Igniters as well. So one thing that we are going to see is something that can kill a lot of drones and a lot of Zerglings very quickly. And speaking of Zerglings, we have 18 in production. The Infernal Pre-Igniter is about 35 seconds away from finishing up. And CatZ presently, I think he's just reading into this like it's a standard Hellion opener. Once the blue flame kicks in, however, I'm pretty sure CatZ is going to be aware of just what's going on. And the question is, will he react appropriately? We do have a Viking kind of moving out here, just trying to catch on to any stray overlords that may be out on the map. Baneling Nest now in production for CatZ as well. This can actually be rather detrimental. But look at all of these blue flame Hellions. He really needs to put some eyes on his opponent. And making things even worse is we finally have the armory going down as well. So if CatZ isn't careful, this could actually work strongly against him. Double gas going down at the third, and a fourth being taken at the same time. I feel this is a little dangerous considering, well, CatZ was kind of fully saturated a moment ago over there. But we also have a super sneaky Hellion run by coming down here, and this can actually, you know, this could be game ending if CatZ isn't careful. Like, just look at all these blue flame Hellions. You know, Lings, are they going to be able to stop that? It looks like they're just melting right before his eyes. CatZ doesn't have the appropriate reaction. He's pulling all of his drones, but it looks like they're lining up just enough to actually take a significant deal of damage from these Hellions. And now the Queens are coming into the game as well. He says, more coin flip, effing idiot. I'm thinking perhaps this is not actual legit CatZ, maybe, perhaps not. And with that being said, after all those drones are dead, how many, you know, just how much is, what is the death toll? What's the damage at now? 22? Okay, and follow up with, of course, being mech. The question is, where does CatZ go from here? He's, you know, switching to +1 missiles. He's gonna go ahead and keep going with the +2 melee, because I'm thinking perhaps, just perhaps, he's gonna go into Hive Tech and get Ultralisk Roach, perhaps Ultralisk Hydra going into the mix. There we are. There is now a third going down. But I do also want to highlight for a moment that CatZ, you know, he's got his own fourth, kind of up and running, sort of up and running. He needs to get some more drones on that. Vikings as well. Alright, and checking the worker count right now, both players are just continuing to play the macro game. As long as we're in this phase of the game, I figured I'd go out and say, you know, just what's going on, what's on my mind, that kind of thing. Mutalisk coming into the composition now. Interesting choice by CatZ, really, I mean. But I also want to just highlight for a moment that, you know, if you guys are interested in my casting, if you guys like what I do, I basically propagate the SC2 scenes of China and Taiwan. Do the ASL every Tuesday and Thursday morning, Central Time, US. If you guys are watching at 7 o'clock in the morning, Central Time, US, you know, go ahead and chill on my channel, my ESL Taiwan channel. Just a suggestion. And it looks like the Hellions here don't even manage to get an extra drone kill. World Cyber Games qualifiers is coming up. I've been asked to cast that in English, And the Neo TV Star League will be coming up in the near future as well, shortly after the World Cyber Games. You know, the guys over at Neo TV, they're just like, well, I don't want our stream, I don't want our product to compete with the World Cyber Games. So, perfectly understandable on their part. I don't blame them for that decision either. But here we go. CatZ coming in, sees that there's a third. He sees that there's a Thor, and he's going to see that there's a Thor in the game as well. So I think perhaps this isn't the legit. Well, there's a chance that this is a legit CatZ, but I just don't know what to make of this, really. And I just want to highlight for a moment that we saw CatZ do there, right at this position when he was killing the supply depot, was he put his mutas on patrol position, or patrol. I'm not entirely sure why he did this. There's only so many reasons that one can suppose this has happened, but yeah. Okay, and CatZ trying to prevent that 5th base from going down. I'm thinking what he's trying to do now is eventually starve out his opponent's economy. Perfectly legitimate way to play. Now there's a lot of Thors into the mix. I want to see him get into Hive Tech, however. We do have the Swarm Hosts in production. Infestation Pit down. Hive Tech up. And I want to see something specific to Hive coming out and getting put into the composition, but I see nothing yet. I mean, he's got Hive Tech, but that's all he's got. He doesn't have a Spire, he doesn't have a Greater Spire, he doesn't have an Ultralisk Cavern. Just, what's he doing? I don't get it. Perhaps he's waiting for the moment to get some Vipers into the mix. He does already have Swarm Hosts. He also has Lings. Beautiful. He got a tank out of position there. That was actually well worth his while. Now that he's done that, he's going to pull back his Swarm Hosts and get ready to reload another Javelin. Excuse me, not Javelin, but another wave, if you will, of Swarm Hosts. Excuse me, not Swarm Hosts, but what's the word I'm looking for? Locusts. There we go. There we go. And he's going to lose this base. He really is. He knows that. But he's trying to take the time. He tried to take the time just a moment ago to basically macro up that base. I'm not sure where he put the workers. And now he's actually catching CreamCake completely and entirely out of position. He's microing those Swarm Hosts, Locusts, and I'm wondering, is he going to get the kill on that last door? No. Now, the only way this could get even more annoying for CatZ is if his opponent were to throw down mules on that. Now we have a slightly more mobile force headed in this direction to cause some economic damage. I'm wondering if he scanned that. He doesn't even know that it's there yet, realistically speaking, but we're going to see CreamCake essentially going through that. Stormhost is going to try and sneak up behind this Expo and save what's there. Fortunately enough, Hellbats cannot actually attack from here down to here. It's not going to happen. He's going to send a wave of Locusts at this and possibly follow it up with Roaches. Perfectly wise decision, perfectly acceptable decision. Oh, but this is not acceptable. These Swarm Hosts are kind of being soccer balled in there. I'm wondering, does he have the actual Enduring Locusts upgrade? 2-2 Roaches, 2-2 Hydras, and double-pronged attacks coming down for CreamCake onto CatZ's Expos in every which way he can. CatZ is essentially being starved here. Both players on, you know, really high bank, but I just don't think we're going to see CatZ come back from this. I'm willing to... Whoa, wait a minute. How did he know about that?
It's heating up out here.
That's interesting. How on earth did he know about that? Okay. Sorry about that, guys. I'm completely and totally skeptical here. Anyway, let's get back to the game. I want to say perhaps, just perhaps, we had maybe a map hacker or another map hacker in the game. It wouldn't be the first time it happened. CatZ did play against a map hacker in WCS America, and just all kinds of harass going down here. CreamCake with those Hellbats. Ouch! And another massacre goes down in the main. I'm just like, what? This is like, this is almost absurd how much damage we see being done. But, you know, CatZ doing his best so far to keep himself in this game. If he can spread his creep just a little bit more, it'll actually help the speed of the Locusts a lot more. And this is not the engagement that CatZ wants to get, no, so he's going to pull back everything he's got just as a Warm of Locusts goes at CreamCake. He's got these Vikings overhead of these Swarm hosts, just trying to keep an eye on what's happening and how it's happening. That way he's got vision. And now another, looks like Swarm host flyby, or not Swarm host flyby, but rather Hellbat drop is going down, if you will. Now we have CreamCake's tail end of his forces getting, I don't know, taken down, or I think, but I don't know. Sorry about that. I'm just a little bit skeptical. Does CatZ have that upgrade or not? Here we go. Swarm hosts are getting integrated into the composition as well. Blinding Cloud going down. And it looks like we're going to have CatZ prevail over this army. There it is. The one engagement that we could not afford CreamCake to get is actually the one that he did get. And we're going to see essentially this last wave of Locusts come in and clean up the mess here. Perhaps put CatZ back in the game, but oh my god, these Hellbats! Just everywhere, all the time, 24/7, 59 workers killed over the course of this game, guys, you know. CatZ actually has 8 workers on this expo, and I'm pretty sure he doesn't know about it, but now these tanks, what's with them going over here? Oh, he knows it's been rebuilt, essentially. And now we have the Swarm host using their consumability, except just one Swarm host using that ability. And all these tanks sieging up over here. This is, ouch. It's a painful position to be in if you're a Zerg today, guys. Oh, man. All these expos on the lower ground, you know, getting exploited. I don't know, I kind of want to watch this from his perspective, see what he's doing. And it looks like we actually have that kind of 4th base going down for CatZ over here. It did get taken down, unfortunately, and we're going to go back into the game right now. Like, just ordinary vision, not player vision. Kind of think that could be detrimental. Ooh, this is not pretty. What the hell? Huge misclick, guys. Yes, huge misclick, unfortunately. Couple, you know, it's gonna cost swarm hosts for CatZ. It really is a lot of them at that. I'm thinking, a part of me is compelled to say that this is not your legitimate Grandmaster's Terran we are watching play right now, but I'm willing to yield that statement as well. And now we just have, you know, more and more Hellbats being thrown away. God, they just want to kill drones all day. That's all they want to do. It's like, geez, I wish I was an Oracle. Pardon my sarcasm. I do want to say that this upper right-hand base is really exposed right now, and we could see CatZ actually, you know, throw a good deal of Locusts at it. But I think instead what we look at CatZ doing right now is saying, hey, no more Mr. Nice boss, no more Mr. Nice captain of Root. I'm going to go ahead and kill you right now. This is also rather unconventional harass that we see from CreamCake. And it seemed almost as though CreamCake knew he was in position over there. How did he know that CatZ was in position? Blinding Cloud going down everywhere here. And we actually have, you know, essentially CreamCake not unsieging his tanks, not handling this the way he should be. And CatZ is slowly but surely advancing onto it. Not pretty at all. Looks like these roaches are going to be able to deal with this tank, but that's just one tank, and these swarm hosts are kind of back here, forced to retreat. It looks like maybe, just maybe, they'll be able to attack the 6 o'clock position base with little to no trouble. I do want to say, there we go. CatZ is in a position to handle himself here. He is. And another huge misclick on CatZ by all of his forces. It's good to pull them back, it really is, but it looked almost as though he had sent them all after that single tank. Even if it was intended, it's essentially overkill. He did do a misclick earlier. And now we see CatZ forced to expo to positions where he's essentially not safe doing that. He doesn't even know that anything is here. Oh my god, and his roach is running right by this planetary fortress. He's actually over here checking this out, and, CreamCake, I want to say, oh no, he's going to catch CatZ completely out of position here. But CatZ luckily pulls almost all of his swarm hosts out of position just in time. Beautiful save. And I want to say that essentially if CatZ is going to survive this, he's really essentially going to have to throw away these swarm hosts, or not swarm hosts, but Vipers really, to save his main force, his locusts, his everything else that's here. The tanks here, of course, are taking their first shots on the locusts, and I want to say that we actually see them in a safe-ish position. They were for a moment anyway. And now we've got, I want to say CatZ essentially not in a good position right now. Raven's coming in trying to do what damage they can. A few swarm hosts do fall, but we also have queens coming back to transfuse them. I want to say this is definitely the time to start integrating ultras into the mix, because Vikings, nothing is more useless versus ultras than Vikings. Unfortunately, it looks like this round of Locusts was not kicked off correctly. And we also have CatZ taking the lower left expo. At the same time, he realizes he's going to lose the upper right no matter what. Looks like maybe, just maybe, we actually see CatZ being, legitimately outplayed. But at the same time, there's just so much that I'm rather curious about for the playstyle of CreamCake. How does he know that this is happening? How does he know that that is happening? So on and so forth. Keeping scans going down left and right. No, I think that's a legit player, because map hackers don't do the scans. Ouch. And that is a lot of pain, a lot of hurt that we see CatZ in right now. He's going in and throwing away. I think that could have been a misclick. All of his Hydras essentially just left the game. Like, I don't think he was angry. It's just like, it's hard to catch CatZ angry, but it's just like this of all things. It was painful. Altogether, over the course of the game, we saw 99 workers killed. I don't know what to say. Pretty good game so far. I mean, just out of everything that I've seen thus far. My favorite Zerg. One of my favorite Zergs. Essentially torn apart. Alright guys, this is BreAKer. If you guys liked what you saw today, just go ahead and click on the subscribe button. I'll see you guys next time. Peace out.